AITA for refusing to pay for my daughter's wedding after she said her stepfather is her real dad and refused to let me walk her down the aisle. I, 52M, never thought I'd end up writing one of these Reddit posts. But after what just happened, after what my daughter did, I need answers. Because I feel like my world has shattered. Because when she looked me in the eye and told me her mother's affair partner, her stepfather, was her real dad, and that he would be walking her down the aisle, I decided I wasn't paying a damn cent for her wedding. And now, the whole extended family is split. Some call me cruel. Others think I finally snapped. Reddit, I need the outside world's perspective. Because the gaslighting has gotten so deep, I don't even trust my own judgment anymore. I married her mother, Rebecca, when we were both 24. She was magnetic, beautiful, ambitious, confident. She could charm the pants off anyone in a room. And for a while, I thought I was the luckiest man alive. We bought a modest house, built a life, and a year later, Ava was born. She was perfect. My whole world changed. I worked harder than I ever thought I could. I hustled in real estate to build something better for them. I missed vacations, skipped guys' nights, slept 4 hours a night to make sure the mortgage was paid, the fridge was full, and Ava had everything she needed. When she was 6, she used to wait by the door just to hug me when I got home. "Daddy," she'd scream, throwing herself into my arms. "Pumpkin," I'd grin, spinning her around. I still remember her small hands gripping my neck like I was her whole world. But Rebecca wasn't built for consistency. She got bored. She started making friends at her marketing job. One of those friends was Mark. I didn't even notice it at first. He was just the guy who showed up at her work parties, who started helping her with house stuff, who slowly became a presence in our lives. Until one night, I came home early from a business trip. The lights were off downstairs. I headed up the stairs, suitcase in hand. And I heard it. Laughter, gasping, whispered voices. I opened the bedroom door. And there they were. Rebecca and Mark. Together. In my bed. Rebecca didn't scream. Didn't even cover herself. She just looked at me and said, "You weren't supposed to be back until tomorrow." No apology. No explanation. Nothing. Just that. I left. I moved into a rental down the block. Filed for divorce 2 weeks later. The court gave us joint custody of Ava, but Rebecca had physical custody because Ava had never seen her mom do anything wrong. And I didn't have it in me to destroy her image of her mother. That was my first mistake. My second, trusting Rebecca not to poison my daughter against me. She started slowly. "Your dad's busy again. I guess work is more important. Mark said he wishes he could take you to the zoo today, but your dad's already claimed the weekend." Little things. Quiet manipulations. When Ava was 12, she came back from Rebecca's one Sunday night and said something that crushed me. "Mark said he'd be a better dad if he had the chance." I froze. "What do you think?" I asked gently. She shrugged. "He's around more. And he listens." I listened too. I said, hurt obvious in my voice. She looked at me blankly. "Do you?" At 14, she started rolling her eyes when I picked her up. At 15, she asked if Mark could help with her homework instead. At 16, she refused to come for Christmas, saying, "It's just easier to be with Mom and Mark." But I never stopped providing. I paid for her private school, her braces, her first car, a used Honda Civic I surprised her with on her 17th birthday. She barely said thanks. One time, when I asked her to stay with me for spring break, she said, "You always make everything so awkward." "How?" "You just try too hard." I blinked. "I'm your father, Ava. I want to be here." "Mark doesn't try so hard," she replied. "He just gets me." I wanted to scream, but I swallowed it. College came. She wanted to go out of state. I paid for everything. Tuition, books, housing. I sent money every month for groceries. One Thanksgiving, I asked her to fly home. She said she was spending it with her family, meaning Rebecca and Mark. I said, "What am I then?" "You're my dad. But it's just more comfortable here." "You mean with the man who helped destroy our family?" "God, you're so bitter," she snapped. "You never got over it. Maybe that's why Mom left you." I stared at her. She didn't leave me. She cheated. With him. She said it wasn't like that. "And you believed her?" Silence. "I believe what I see," she said coldly. "And Mark's been more of a dad to me than you for years." Fast forward to last year. She gets engaged. I pretend to be thrilled. I offer to host a dinner to celebrate. She comes over. Just the two of us. "Dad," she says, "I wanted to talk about something important." I pour her some tea. Of course. What is it? She fidgets. So, about the wedding. I've decided who I want to walk me down the aisle. I smile. Please say it's me. She hesitates. It's Mark. Silence. The air left the room. I blinked. You're joking. No. I'm serious. I put the mug down slowly. You're telling me that the man your mother cheated on me with, the man who moved into my house, is going to walk my daughter down the aisle? It's not about that, she snapped. It's about who's been there. I paid for your life. It's not just about money, Dad. Then what's it about, Ava? Your entire life has been funded by me. Your education, your food, your clothes, your housing. I gave you everything. And Mark gave me support. Support. I laughed bitterly. The support he gave your mother while I was out working to pay the bills. She stood. You're being dramatic. No, I said, voice low. You're being cruel. You're rewriting history. And I won't fund a wedding where I'm treated like an afterthought. So you're refusing to help? Yes. She stormed out without another word. After Ava stormed out of my house, I sat there for a while, just staring at the empty cup of tea I made for her. I replayed the words in my head. Mark's been more of a dad to me than you. It stung like hell. Not just because it was a lie, but because it felt calculated. Like a knife twisted with years of resentment, fed by her mother's manipulation and sweetened with Mark's smug validation. I knew this wasn't just her being emotional. This was war. And I was about to see just how far she was willing to go to rewrite the story of her life, with me cast as the villain. The next few days were quiet. Then came the ripple effect. First, a Facebook post from Rebecca. Raising a strong daughter means protecting her from toxic men, even if they were once in her life. So proud of the man she's chosen to walk with her into a new chapter, red heart. #bonusdad, #girlpower. I stared at it for a long time. Not a single lie in plain words, but all of it designed to stab. Then came the texts. From my sister. What's going on with Ava's wedding? She said you pulled your support? From my cousin Mia. I heard Ava's really hurt. I hope you two can work it out. It's her wedding, Josh. From my own mother. Please don't let pride ruin your relationship with your daughter. That one nearly broke me. I called my mom. I said, you think I'm doing this out of pride? She sighed. I think you're angry, and she's confused, and you're both letting emotion lead. I wanted to scream. She told me Mark is her real dad. And I'm just what? The wallet. She didn't mean it like that. She meant exactly like that. And now Rebecca's painting me as some controlling monster who abandoned his kid because he didn't get to walk her down the aisle. Josh. No, Mom. I'm done. They want to play PR games? Fine. Let's see how they handle some truth. I spent the next 2 days gathering everything. Emails, tuition receipts, car payments, transfer records from her college fund, text messages. I pulled screenshots from social media, old birthday cards she sent, even photos of us at every recital, school play, and birthday. I made a PDF, titled it, For Those Who Think I Wasn't There. Then I wrote a letter, calm, measured, and devastating. To everyone questioning why I won't pay for Ava's wedding, here is the truth. I loved her, raised her, funded her life, never missed a milestone. When her mother cheated on me with Mark, I stayed silent, for Ava's sake. When Rebecca lied about me being distant, I stayed silent. When Ava called the man who helped break our family her real dad, I stayed silent. But I will not fund my own erasure. If you think that makes me cruel, fine. But don't call me absent. Don't call me cheap. And don't you dare call me ungrateful. I attached everything. Sent it to every family member who had reached out. Uncles, aunts, cousins, even Rebecca's sister, who had always been weirdly supportive of me. The silence was deafening. Except from one person. 3 days later, Ava called. I didn't answer. She called again. On the 4th try, I picked up. What do you want? I asked flatly. How dare you send that to everyone? I told the truth. You humiliated me. No, I said calmly. You humiliated yourself the moment you spat in the face of the man who gave you everything. You're such a narcissist. It's always about what you gave, what you did. Because it's the only damn thing I have left. I snapped. You stripped me of my place in your life and gave it to a man who helped destroy this family. And now you expect me to smile and foot the bill? It's not about money. You're right. It's about respect. And you've had none for years. I was a kid. You're an adult now. And you chose this. You chose him. You chose to rewrite history. You want him to walk you down the aisle? Fine. Let him pay for it, too. She was crying now. I didn't care. Goodbye, Ava. I hung up. Then came the fallout. Rebecca called me the next day, venom in her voice. You really are a petty bastard, aren't you? Hello to you too. She's your daughter. She was. Before you made her believe I wasn't. She's traumatized. She's manipulative. Just like you taught her to be. Go to hell. I already did. It's called our marriage. Click. I thought it was over. But the wedding went ahead. And I got photos. Ava in her white dress, walking down the aisle, on Mark's arm. Big smiles. Hashtag captions. The dad who chose me. Blood isn't everything. I felt something break inside me. Not rage. Not even sadness. Just nothing. I was done. Weeks passed. Then I got a call. From Drew, the groom. Hey, Josh, can we talk? Why? I didn't know everything. About what really happened. I stayed quiet. He sighed. Rebecca's sister sent me your letter. I didn't know about the affair. Or about all the stuff you paid for. You married her, I said. I know. And I love her. But I'm starting to see the cracks. Don't call me again. Josh, wait. Click. So here I am. Alone. Disconnected. Free. In a way, but not the kind of freedom you ever hoped for. And Ava? Well, I heard through the grapevine that she and Drew are taking space. Apparently, he found out she'd lied about some financial stuff. Told him she had paid her own way through college. Told him her father was an alcoholic. Funny how lies catch up with people. She reached out once. Just a text. I miss you. Can we talk? I deleted it. Because here's the truth. You can forgive a child for being immature, for being hurt, even for being manipulated. But when they grow up and choose cruelty, that's not a child anymore. That's a stranger in your daughter's skin. Ida, for finally saying no, for refusing to pay for my own erasure, for choosing peace over pretending everything was fine, because I didn't walk her down the aisle, but I walked away with my dignity.